Welcome to CSS Chronicles. 21 Lessons for 21st Century. Chapter 4. Equality. Author says in the book that with advancement of neuroscience, biotechnology, genetic engineering and AI there will be a biological superior race and inferior fragile masses. Speculations are that new disease-proof, anti-aging species of humans will be generated. However, only rich and people having access to latest technology will be able to avail these opportunities. Eventually, the difference in haves and have-nots will increase, giving rise to new form of inequality. For government and rich classes, masses will become altogether irrelevant. For poorly equipped and deprived masses, fighting for basic needs will become a Herculean task. World will see a new form of ghettoization. The reason is rapid availability and speed of data. So, a future problem is understanding how best to regulate data ownership. This issue has already surfaced with big tech companies struggling to make the right decisions about personal data. Chapter 5. Community. Bridging the gap. The advancement of technology has influenced every aspect of human life and has given rise to online and offline communities. Technology addiction is significantly affecting human connection and community. The internet has helped people who live far away to keep in touch. For example, the author explains he can easily speak to people beyond borders. Without technology, he could easily lose connection across the globe. But, same technology has negatively affected our more immediate connections and communities. The author explains that technology has made it harder for one to talk to one's spouse over breakfast as they are constantly looking at their smartphones. We are more connected to online community but least connected to offline community in the history of humankind. The author says that bridging this gap has become essential in order to survive in this world of data and gadgets. Chapter 6. One global civilization. Humankind consisted of countless civilizations since the birth of humans on face Earth, and the connection among these civilizations have been increasing over time. Harari argues the future holds a single global civilization as the needs and concerns of civilizations are merging. Good health care is a fundamental right. Global socio-economic and political system, climate change, AI and plastic are common interests. The outcome of this type of civilization is that people will care more about their enemies than partners due to increased competition will. Chapter 7. Nationalism. Harari points out that there is a difference between nationalism and patriotism. Patriotism should be built on the idea that your nation is unique, which is true of all countries. While nationalism leads to thinking that your nation is superior than rest of the nations. The issue with nationalism is that these narrow beliefs bleed into their other worldviews. Harari uses the example of climate change skepticism. A left-wing socialist claims that climate change is a Chinese hoax. These type of ideas are solely produced by the nationalist right. These nationalists would rather deny a truth than have to work internationally to solve a global problem. Harari believes technology has the potential to solve the issues it has encouraged. He uses the example of lab-grown meat. Research suggests animal agriculture creates more carbon emissions than all forms of transportation combined. So, to tackle climate change, there needs to be an alternative. Lab-grown meat could offer this alternative. Although expensive at first, Harari explains that clean meat is expected to be cheaper than slaughtered meat within a decade. Harari also argues that the way we approach politics must change if we want to counteract nationalism. National politics will never tackle the problem of national identity. So, we must globalize politics, science and economics through global governance. We need to be aware of humanity's three problems in contemporary era. Number 1. Technological warfare. Number 2. Nuclear warfare. And number 3. Ecological collapse.